Hello, my Aquarius lovers. How are you? Happy October. So we're live and we're recording your intuitive tarot readings for the month ahead. The Patreon community, top tier patrons get ad-free first access. In fact, both tiers get ad-free first access, and top tier patrons get access to the weekly yoga session, which I give you a link every week. Try to keep it to the same time. Sometimes I have to switch it up. So thank you all for your patience. Aquarius, let's get right into it. I'm MJ, I'm the founder of Will to Love, and I do the monthly tarot readings week ahead as often as I can. And the weekly reading or the daily readings I share on Instagram and on YouTube. So feel free to connect on all the socials. There's merchandise, online courses, and of course you can book readings and yoga sessions if you'd like. So Aquarius, people who resonate with Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or anyone who is guided to the channel, to these messages, divine guidance and love and clarity for Aquarius. Aquarius, you might be feeling a little out of balance right now with regards to your pentacle. So maybe it's feeling being mindful of your spending right now. Yeah, I was just getting like, this looks like possibly the end of a relationship, something you're possibly resisting, like the end of something, the end of a marriage. It feels like the end of a significant long-standing relationship. Maybe one or both parties has been kind of walking away, or it feels like this sort of emotional ending before the actual ending. But then there also could be this element of like resisting this change, resisting the end of this thing, which is becoming emotionally draining, which is possibly part of the financial imbalance. And or if this is like a previous divorce, something that's already happened, the end of a long-standing marriage or relationship, there are still financial issues that are causing a bit of an imbalance. And straight up legit, like emotionally, there's some grieving that's happening, that's been happening, and probably needs to be released as far as like mourning the loss of this ending. We'll see what cards we get. So it's divine guidance and loving clarity for Aquarius, where we are, where we're headed. So really needing to find some, or the guidance ultimately is harnessing that spiritual strength, coming into that deeper connection, so that your security, stability comes from within your own connection, your connection, to the divine, to source, to God, whatever language you use, in as far as empowering that sense of like, no matter what, I'll get through this, like no matter what, I'll be able to, right? And then there's also a message coming in. It feels like a message that possibly throws things up into the air, prompting some inner reflection. And it could have to do with Pentacle, maybe a job offer, or like for some of you, an internship or an opportunity. But it seems to throw stuff up in the air to the point where you're needing to make a decision. And the decision, maybe primarily or on the first glance, appears to be like pentacle oriented, and yet it kind of throws up a lot of just everything that you've got going on in your life. and what's really important to you, what isn't, what you need to focus on, what you don't, in order to balance the pentacle, right? This card keeps on coming up. For a lot of you, this is a month whereby like some healing, some maybe shadow work, or I'm thinking like, spiritual healing, working with shamans, inner journeying, right? Like meditation, stillness, alone time. Maybe for some of you a trip or travel, but it's reverse. So it makes me think of more like going within, traveling within. There's still some mental, like this could be the reverb of losses or like divorces or, sort of chaotic things going on in our lives where you're having to dig into your personal power and strength to overcome that mental battle, to overcome. It's like the trauma we go through or endure in the ends of relationship, or just traumatic things that happen in our lives. At the end of the day, it's still in our own hearts and mind that we have to kind of lay down our swords, that we have to be able to stop telling a story of battle, right? And so finding that deeper spiritual commitment has a lot to do with taming that battle mind, that conflicted mind, or the stories in our mind that keep replaying situations that were of a battle, even though we're not technically in that exactly same situation, and yet there can be like energetic triggers and reverbs that come through that are still there to help us empower our personal power. So I'm just getting divine guidance, love, and clarity, an additional layer of insight. This is definitely a past like love situation. There's another page of pentacles, which makes me think there's definitely children involved. There's younger people involved in the situation. They're important, they're an important piece, like around maybe generating new pentacle or bringing in the messages around the pentacle. Emotionally, again, this can be kind of tricky for you. That's probably why you're like, wait, like I have to really see what's going on and where we're putting our energy. Balancing the books, even as simple as that, right? If there's been there's always like emotional things that go along with the physical shift, right? So feeling imbalance on the pentacle often requires us to really look at all the different ways we're spending our energy, not just the financial, because sometimes there can be emotionally draining or mentally conflicting situations that are inhibiting our potential for financial growth. So and again, if you're dealing with children with regards to this breakup or familial separation, divorce, they're coming through in a positive light. You've got your back turned, so you might be trying to deal with a whole bunch of stuff in your own life, knowing that they're all part of the puzzle, as it were. I do get a sense there's more than one child, but for some of you, of course, there could just be one. And it looks like you're sort of awaiting some kind of clear communication from a King of Wands or Queen of Wands, right? Depending on the gender. I'm hearing something about setting it alight. There's paperwork here. There's definitely Knight of Swords, bringing in messages, paperwork, things to sign, maybe. In reverse, so and the messages could trigger more like, this is not working for me, or this is not how I wanted to go. So I get a sense really of like you feeling as empowered as possible to take a chance, take a new beginning. There's a King of Wands, which says, there's abundance around you, even if there's one person in particular triggering a sense of loss. The King of Coins to me is saying there's an abundant new beginning, an empowered and abundant new beginning that will offer you a sense of a kingdom, and obviously plenty of pentacle. I get a feeling from that King of Pentacles as well that some of you do have like a profound spiritual insight or spiritual gift that is almost like wanting to be downloaded through you or come through you, grounded into earth, and that can be part of maybe a new business or something you're wanting to pioneer. If that's the case, assistance, right? This is like any of us, and especially leadership qualities. It's you know, there can be, I guess, emotional baggage around asking for help or even just needing help. And yet in truth, that's, we all need each other, we all need help. It's just the way it is. So it's like, if you're uncertain, if you're feeling nervous, reach out for help, right? Reach out for guidance. If even in your inner journeying and meditations where you're like, send me a message, or you know, like asking questions, asking for help. Lord, I need some help. I need some assistance to get clarity, to get discernment, to figure out how to move forward. There is something about eventually a decisive action or decision being made here. And I think with the collective changes, it's decisions that empower our personal freedom and a certain amount of sort of inner elixir, I'm hearing, to propel us forward in a kind of creative regenesis. Yeah, there's definitely some adventure, saying yes to change, jumping into new beginnings. The Fool card is here. Ask for help if you're uncertain. Grieving the losses, grieving the pain, grieving the things that are no longer with us as far as our material emotional world, and allowing ourselves to get clear on what we want, how we're feeling about things that can obviously continue to sustain a life of balance, right? So for some of you, it's balancing, just knowing practical things like balancing our books, making sure that we're, you know, not overspending. That can trigger more sense of loss emotionally. Yeah, and for a lot of you, this is past life karma stuff. These are people, places, things, situations that are helping us release past karma, right? However that resonates with you, as far as like a total transformation in your life, a letting go of energetic dynamics with friends and lovers and familial relations. And yeah, taking your time. Rabbit reverse is making me, I got turtle, the rabbit and the hare and the turtle, tortoise or whatever. Anyway, it's like reverse is just making me think like, just take your time. And jumping around and being panicky and being stressed often doesn't really get us anywhere, and or we end up making more maybe poor choices. So, you know, being slow, being grounded, being practical, that letting yourself feel, mourn, let go, allow yourself to be open, and at the same time just deal with what's in front of you. Things like simple things, even like cleaning our house or clearing out some cupboards, or those sorts of things can be really cathartic and therapeutic for releasing past energies. And then doing ceremony in our home, like, you know, doing the smudging and stuff like that to actually clear out the energetic debris or just the energetic densities that connect us to our past. So yeah, let me know if that resonates with you guys. I'm going to leave it there. We've pulled from all the decks. Really great to be here with my Aquarian lovers, and have a great month. I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, in the next month, and hopefully sooner. Love you.